Eganberger & Weiner LLC is an independent financial services firm which is experienced in all aspects of investment and retirement planning. Howard Pressman is a certified financial planner from Eganberger & Weiner and is here to tell us how to prepare for retirement. But we're actually talking about sort of the darker side of retiring, not, saving money, your 401k, all those things. We're talking about a really dark side. You just wrote about this for your media outlet. So tell us what we're talking about here.
So, Sonia, certainly retirement can be one of the best and most rewarding and fulfilling times of somebody's life, especially today as people are living longer, we're healthier, so many wonderful things can happen. Unfortunately, though, that's not always the case for everybody. That there are some people for whom retirement isn't that picturesque scene that we often see in the television commercials and the
we're
retirement
not always
brochures.
Out golfing.
Exactly, or those strolls on the beach or opening a winery, right? It's not always like that. So, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of changes going on in people's lives, and some people just aren't equipped to handle that. They haven't done the preparation necessary, and for them, a lot of things can occur in their lives. These changes, and oftentimes it can lead to mild depression. It can sometimes lead to severe depression, and sometimes, unfortunately, drug abuse.
So you had some amazing statistics that the number of older people treated for cocaine and alcohol abuse tripled in the last decade. That's unbelievable. And so you're saying people are self-medicating themselves because they haven't properly prepared for the darker side of retirement.
Mm-hmm. So there's a lot going on here, and when I first read these statistics, I was completely blown away. I mean, I was floored. My first thought was, Grandma and Grandpa are doing what?
Yeah, right.
And I think like most people, if you would have asked me what segment of the population is most likely to abuse drugs and, commit suicide, right, I would have thought younger, teenagers or young adults. But the reality is that men over 65 years of age commit suicide at 3 times the rate, and anybody over the age of 65 has a much higher rate of suicide. So again, there's a lot that goes into these factors, certainly retirement being one of them, as there's these changes going on, and oftentimes our identities are very tightly linked to our careers.
Sure, that makes sense.
And our self-worth is then derived from our identity, and without that identity and that loss of career, we sometimes have a void that we struggle to fill.
Howard, you were saying that this is something that people don't prepare for, but it's also something I don't think people are used to hearing from their financial planners. Mm-hmm. So why are you and Eganberger Weiner even talking about this with people?
Because nobody else is. And that's the problem. As financial planners, we're often the only professionals that people will seek out and look to for advisement as they prepare for retirement.
Right.
And if we're not having these conversations, then nobody else will. And I fear that a lot of people who are suffering some of these side effects, these emotional issues, they're not getting help because they think they're the only one.
Okay.
And that's a huge problem to know. You're not alone. That this is a large problem, and that there are plenty of avenues for you to get help. So
if people want to get help with their retirements, more than just financial planning, they can come to their financial expert and say, how do I formulate that mental picture of what retirement could be on a good day and on a bad day?
I would like to say yes, sort of an unequivocal yes, but unfortunately that's not always true. As financial planners, we're very left-brain people.
Okay.
We love spreadsheets. We like to look at numbers, and we don't like to talk about emotions. It's uncomfortable for us. But for some of us, myself in particular, we're recognizing that that the goal is not that there's a big difference between being financially secure and being happy in retirement.
So use this time of planning to talk about advanced directives, what you want to do with your retirement, and how you want to save your money.
Absolutely, but to also prepare their mind as well as their body, and think about their vision about what retirement is. What am I going to do? What things am I interested in that I want to pursue later in life? Who can I rely on in the event that something happens and I need a person to rely on?
Thanks so much, Howard Pressman of Eganberger Weiner LLC. Thanks for making us feel more comfortable.
Thank you
More
very
Let's
much.
Talk Live is coming up. Stick with us right here.